In this video, we will go through a GOATA Groundwork flow incorporating principles from Groundwork 101 and 102. To begin, we'll start in a child rocker position with our toes together, heels away, pressing the tops of our feet into the ground, and just begin to rock forward and back. The end of your range of motion is where your back may start to round, or if you're otherwise limited by your knees or any other joint. Your range of motion is where it is. Seek to improve it over time. It's not a race to the bottom. Seek to maintain a neutral spine position. Think long, tall spine throughout the entire exercise. Three more seconds. We'll move into a bow hip stretch on the right side, lifting the left leg up, sliding the right foot over, placing the left knee behind the right knee, and staggering the hands towards the right side. Bring your right hand back, left hand a little bit forward. You may need to slide back a bit to find a stretch in the right hip. Lift the back leg, begin to rock forward and back. You can continue to stay in the stretch as well. Just to create a little bit of motion at that end range of motion. And switch sides. Left foot slides over, right knee behind the left knee. Left hand comes back a bit, right hand goes forward. Seek to maintain a controlled pace of breath throughout the duration of this flow. In and out through the nose, extending the exhale whenever you can. And lift the back leg. And rock from that position of stretch, squeezing those stretched muscles as you propel yourself forward. We'll come back to our child rocker, this time creating a little more tension by pressing your hands forward and isometrically pressing your feet backwards as if to spread the ground apart underneath you. You should feel the tension rise in the tops of the shoulders, the backs of the hips, with the back of the hips. Hold that tension as you rock forward and back. Keeping your chest up, eyes forward, spine long and tall. Find a mid-range in your child rocker. Lift your hands up off the mat. And we'll stay here and let the lower back, glutes and hamstrings cook in this position. If I were to be standing on my feet, this is your athletic position that you might see in basketball, football, or any number of other sports. And begin to rock up and down, using the posterior chain of your body to drive the motion. 3 more seconds. And come back to child rocker. Rock forward and back. Short break before we lift our hands back up off the mat and come back to our child rocker. Good morning. Why this position in motion is called a good morning, I have no idea. Now, pick your least favorite side and turn to that side as we concentrate the pressure into one hip, turning your chest towards that knee. Hold for 10 more seconds. And switch sides. Check in with your spine. Make sure your pelvis is in a neutral position, chest up, eyes forward. Now begin to rock from side to side, coming up on either side. And this begins to look a little bit more like a run, at least from the waist up. It's a great way to recondition our bodies in a low pressure environment. Place the hands back down on the mat. Come into your child rocker. And into a bow hip stretch on the right side. Left knee behind the right knee. Now you can stay in the stretch. If you feel like you just need to stretch, you can lift the back leg, rock forward and back for a little more activity, a little more strengthening. Wherever you are in your journey, accept it and don't try to push yourself too hard, though you should challenge yourself. It's tough to find that line. Keep your chest up, eyes forward. 10 more seconds. And switch sides. Again, you can stay in the hip stretch or lift the back leg and rock forward and back, or go back and forth between the two. Make the exercise your own. Listen to your body. Ten more seconds. And come back to child rockers. And tuck the toes this time. Begin to stretch the bottoms of the feet. Aim to get the ball of your big toe rooted down into the ground. Take some time to achieve that. so don't rush yourself. Ten more seconds. And step up with the right leg. Tuck your tail under, tilt your pelvis back. Concentrate the stretch in the front of your left hip. Use your left glute to push yourself deeper into the stretch. Slow down your breathing. In and out through the nose, extending the exhale. Begin to rock back and forth, pushing yourself forward with the glute, pulling yourself back with the hip flexors. And switch sides. Again, tucking your tail under, tilting the pelvis back, using the right glute to push yourself forward so you get a deeper stretch on the front of that right hip. Extend the exhale. Think relaxing thoughts. And begin to rock forward and back using those stretched muscles to pull yourself back and the right glute to push yourself back forward. Left foot is really just there as a kickstand for now. And we'll come back into our child rockers. If you haven't noticed by now, this is home base. Again, these can be done with the toes tucked. You can also lift your knees up off the mat and challenge your shoulders, core, and feet a little bit more. And lift your hands up off the mat as we come back into our good morning. If you feel like you need a little bit more challenge, you can grab a weight and hold that for time. 3 more seconds. And rock side to side. Ten more seconds. We'll get our shoulders involved, hands behind the ears. Bring the elbows together in front. Spread the elbows apart, pinch the shoulder blades together. Go back and forth. Three more seconds. And send your arms out wide. Turn the palms up. A little backwards shoulder circles. If you need a rest from this position, you can sit back on your heels or put your hands back down, go back to your child rockers. Turn the hands over, change the direction of the circles. Ten more seconds. Three. Hands back down to our child rockers with the toes tucked or tops of the feet pressing down into the mat. Toes together, heels away. Pelvis and spine in a neutral position. There are times to deviate from that neutral. However, in general, it's best to reinforce that nice tall posture. Ten more seconds. We'll switch to a bow hip stretch on the right side, left knee behind the right knee. Now if the muscles are nice and warm, you may find a little bit more ease in the stretch in this position. Three more seconds. And switch sides. That ease is a good thing. However, any muscles that we lengthen, it's always a good idea to strengthen them. Three more seconds. And switch back to the right side. This time lifting the back leg if you're able, and rocking from side to side. Rotating on that right thigh. You can think about your hip socket and femur like a mortar and pestle. Changing the depth of the stretch. And switch sides. Five more seconds. And back to the right side. This time, crawling up and back to the position of stretch. Take a step with your right hand, left knee to the left elbow. Creates a little bit of side bend, gets your obliques involved. 2 more seconds. And switch sides. Right knee to the right elbow. Stepping up with the left hand. Maintaining a controlled pace of breath in and out through the nose. Back to your child rocker. Ten more seconds. Step up with the right leg. You can stretch the front of that left hip or rock forward and back. For an additional challenge, you can tuck the toes and begin to lift that back knee up off the mat and hold that position or lower back down. And switch sides. Again, you can hold the stretch, tuck in the tail under, rock back and forth, or lift that back knee up off the mat. If you choose that option, aim to keep your weight in the balls of your front foot and out of your heel. If you can, even keep that front heel elevated up off the ground. Five more seconds. And back to your child rocker. Again, you always have the option to tuck the toes or keep the feet flat, or lift the knees and rock forward and back. Make the exercise your own. Come back to our bow hip stretch this time, crawling up and back, switching from side to side. Left hand and right leg are moving together, forward and back. Right hand and left leg. Keep your chest up, eyes forward. Once you're situated, you shouldn't need to watch yourself exercise. Three more seconds. We'll come back to our child rockers. Hands up off the mat. And we'll cook the lower back again. You can try different ranges of motion, a little bit deeper, a little bit higher, different angles of the hip. Five more seconds. Begin to rock up and down. And side to side. Back to your child rockers. And back up to your good morning. We'll we'll revisit our shoulders, starting with the hands behind the ears, elbows together in the front, shoulder blades together in the back. You can bring your hands to the small of your back, pressing your shoulders forward and pulling them back. You should feel a stretch on the front of the shoulder as you go forward. You can hold the stretch or continue to work through the entire range of motion. And we'll go one hand behind the head, one hand at the small of the back, keeping tension between the shoulders as you alternate between the two positions. Challenging your posterior chain with different hip heights and angles. And hands back down on the mat. As we come back to child rockers. You can continue to work your shoulders in this position, pulling yourself forward and pushing yourself back, engaging the lats and the muscles underneath the armpit as you pull yourself forward, and the muscles on top of the shoulder as you push yourself back. We'll come into a bow hip stretch and crawl back and forth. You can also stay in a stretch or just rock back and forth, depending on if you need a stretch, strengthening. Crawling back and forth like that requires a little bit more coordination. Step up with the right leg and rock forward and back, using the right leg as a kickstand, stretching the left hip. And switch sides. Pressing forward with the glutes, pulling back with the hip flexors. Three more seconds. And we'll finish up with child rockers. Toes tucked, or the tops of the feet pressing down into the mat. Spine long and tall, chest up, eyes forward. And relax. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you for your time, your attention, and your energy.